Ryan, with your mom being here, how does she let you keep doing this stuff, right?
Why do you let me do this?
He's always been adventurous, huh? That's great. It's good that you can support him. I try to take our boys and do some fun high adventures and scouts as well. But if you look at it, when I was getting prepared for going with my son to climb Philmont and doing Mount Baldy, climbing a mountain, it kind of looks easy from far away. But really, it's a lot that you have to take in from training, experience, following the right path, getting the right guide. I guess, with all these people here being retirees or investors, what can they take away kind of as your experience from, so many of the mountains that you did?
Yeah, I do these talks, and it's interesting because I never try to force fit it, because I think everyone takes something unique away, because we all face unique challenges in our lives. I think from its most generic form, mountains do look easy. Retirement does look easy from a distance, which is probably why a lot of young people don't even consider it until it's like you start getting older. My younger years, I wasn't. I got a little bit smarter. I'm 44. Someone said I looked a little bit less than 44 earlier, so thank you. But there's so many challenges, on the mountain and in life, and it really does come down to planning for things within your control, and then responding to those things outside of your control. But yeah, having a guide definitely helps. Having someone like yourself. I know even Navy SEALs, SEAL Team 6. I consult with them and take in a group up Rainier this summer, because these guys are trying to do some awesome things in this world, and they know their limitations. And when they want to climb a mountain, Denali or something else, then they'll reach out to me, which is it's humbling for me, but it's just it shows just how smart they are. They've been in these situations where they are the expert, and they know when to bring someone that has a little more experience in to help them kind of just to have a good experience. I mean, a lot of people can clunk through life, but when you do have a skilled or somewhat skilled guide, you don't have to clunk. You can be a little bit smoother.
I've talked to doing radio shows for years, and meeting a lot of you folks. You've heard me talk about the mind shift, and really, if you think about the mind shift in dealing with retirement, there's kind of like two phases I look at for retirement planning. One is the building of your wealth or climbing to get to the peak, and then the second one is the journey that is retirement and kind of getting down safely. And if you think about it, it's a lot like Everest, or a lot like just climbing mountains in general, that some of the biggest dangers are right at the peak. A lot of times people don't realize that a good majority of the accidents or deaths even occur from the people on the journey down. What would be some of the things that were the keys to getting down the mountain safely?
Yeah, so most accidents actually do occur on the descent, because you give it your all on the way to the top, and you're tired on the way, you have nothing left. And when things don't work out, you have to overcome obstacles, and the sun comes out, avalanches kick off, you have to respond. Maybe one of your climbers is hurt, and now you gotta abandon your own summit attempt, which I've had to do on Denali and different mountains around the world. It's responding in those times. For me, honestly, it came down to faith and focus. I think that can go so many different ways, but for me, it was just focusing at one step in front of the other, doing anything it took to survive, never giving in to death.
I remember when I, kind of got down to the wire, and it was time for Andrew and I to really start getting prepared to go out to Mount Baldy, and it's 14,000 feet high, so not nearly as high, but being 40 and out of shape and love food and put on some little extra weight over the years, it took a lot of preparation to kind of get ready for that journey. And I personally took a lot out of it. I hopefully think that it was a great life lesson that we were able to enjoy together. And again, if you think about it in the worlds of finances and your retirement, some of the key takeaways that I got from the journey is, making progress doesn't always mean moving in a straight line. One of the things that Andrew and I would do a lot is we would do what's called switchbacks, climbing up and down. So we'd be like, there's the mountain, there's the mountain. We go back and forth and do these switchbacks all the way up. And if you think about it, you know, as Darren talked about tonight, the markets are going to have their ups and downs, they're going to have their volatility. You know, it's not always going to be a straight line, but progress doesn't always necessarily mean moving in a straight line. And I guess something else that I found is, if you look at it, I would say it's okay to have emotions when it's investing. It's okay to have emotions when you're climbing. I mean, here he is, he has a fear of height, and he climbed the highest mountain in the world. But it's, you know, understanding that fear is okay, but how you deal with it and how you react to it, as he talked about in a panic situation, can literally mean the difference between making it or not. And, you know, another big thing that will kill you is complacency. You know, we've talked about it. It's a good idea to kind of reassess, re-get educated, continue on the journey. You don't have to know every single answer to just move forward. Literally, just put your left foot in front of your right foot and keep moving forward is a lot of the progress and the life lessons that I learned.